Right, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming out this afternoon. Fall River is a very tough city, and we'll only succeed this battle with the coronavirus if we work together. We need everyone in the city to reach out to other people, your neighbors, keep an eye out for our children on the streets, call an elderly neighbor. We will all help to take the steps necessary to protect Fall River right now. This is a very important fight. I've never seen anything like it in my entire career, and we have a lot of work to do as a city to make sure we keep everyone safe. Obviously, all the regular things that everyone tells you about social distancing, very important. Wash your hands. We have a number of items to go over today, but first I'd like to turn it over to my friend, our City Council President, Cliff Pont.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First off, I want to acknowledge the fact that you and your administration have definitely done a fantastic job with communicating with me and our Council Vice President over these last couple of days to ensure that we keep our constituents as councilors as well as the council up to date in terms of what's going on. I find it to be that we've taken tremendous steps as a community over the last couple of months, and the communication from you and your office goes a long way from the council's perspective. From the council's point of view, I have asked that our city clerk cancel all city council meetings and subcommittee meetings for at least 2 weeks. I will continue to stay in touch with Mayor Coogan and members of his administration to ensure that we reschedule these meetings and get back to the business of the city as quickly as possible. I have been in touch with the city clerk and all the city councilors over the last couple of days, and we continue to rely on the information that Mayor Coogan and his team have done a fantastic job of continuing to update, and will continue to update the council as well as our constituents as well. And I'd like to also echo the same comments made by the mayor that we will get through this. It's a tough time. We've been through a lot of challenging times in this community before, but this is a new one. This is new areas that we've never seen before. So looking forward to staying in touch with you, Mayor Coogan, as well as your administration, to make sure that we all collectively as a community combat this issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Council President Pont. I'd also like to introduce Interim Police Chief Charlie Cullen. Would you like to say a few words?
The police department has protocols in place going back to February 28th. When someone calls the station requesting an ambulance for any reason, emergency dispatchers will be asking extra questions. Be patient with them. We need these questions presented, and depending on the answers depends on our responses. And it's also important that we collect certain information so that we get it out to the police cruisers and the fire department engine companies, and also medical rescue units that are going to the calls. This way they'll take precautions before they enter. And we are available, the police department, to work with all city departments with whatever their needs are, and also with the citizens of Fall River. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I have a few bullets I want to go over, but as we were writing them, a few additional ones came in just in the last few minutes. There's been a $10 million loan order given out to small businesses, approved today at the State House in Boston. Lieutenant Governor Polito has been a big supporter of Fall River since I started this job. She called me Friday night. We had a couple of conversations. They've also authorized $10 million for small businesses. That loan paperwork will be on the COVID-19 website. If you think you might apply for some support during this hard time, that's also there. We've also been told that we'll be allowed to deficit spend just as if it was a severe snowstorm this year. Obviously, we have no plans to do that, but it gives us a little flexibility. To all the press that came out today, we'll give you all a packet containing the declaration of a state of emergency in Fall River, which we declared today. That allows us to get some additional federal support down the road, and it also puts us on the same wave as a number of cities and towns in Massachusetts. Government Center will be closed to the public starting tomorrow. We have a number of ways that we can help you. We're going to give you some contact phone numbers, but you can pay a lot of your bills online, and we're still going to be here working. We're just not going to have the public in for a few days. We'll see how it plays out. Parking enforcement will remain the same during the next 2 weeks. Permitting and code enforcement can be issued via the city's website. Fire prevention, DPW, fire prevention will be taking a pause for a couple weeks. The DPW will remain active during the next 2 weeks. City inspectors from all the departments, including inspectional services, water, fire, will be conducting inspections in private homes in emergency situations. Public safety, including police, fire, EMS, will continue without disruption. And to that end, I'd like to talk about that briefly for a minute. About our 4th conference call today with St. Anne's, Charlton, and other healthcare providers in the area, along with our Board of Health physician, Dr. Gagliardi, we covered a number of topics. Are the hospitals ready? What do they see coming? How many tests have they given? What do the negatives look like? And it was very, very well thought out, planned interaction with the private sector and the public sector coming together to make sure everyone's on point. We are again asking that only essential board meetings will go on until further notice, including ones like the park or the Historical Society. We're going to ask everyone to take a deep breath and pause for a little while. This one hurts me a lot. All city playgrounds and their play structures will be closed until the 6th. We're going to give them a good cleaning. We have a company that volunteered to help us. The parks will be open for outdoor play, soccer, baseball, football. We don't want a lot of contact with football, though, because Tess would definitely not like that. But we do want people to know the parks will be open, but the playgrounds, the gym sets, and things like that, we're going to ask people to stay away from. They're great carriers of germs. All senior centers and all of our public libraries will be closed until April 6th. This one's also very difficult. Restaurant, bars, and clubs in violation of the governor's takeout delivery only order policy will have their licenses suspended. If the establishment does not currently have a delivery system in place, and they will limit themselves to takeout only. Questions, you can contact Inspectional Services. Now, this one is very difficult for Fall River, and we ask our restaurants to work with us. The stronger we are at the beginning of this, hopefully the shorter the time span is till we can get back to where we belong. City departments, the police department, and inspectional services will be enforcing Governor Baker's prohibitions on these types of places and these types of gatherings of over 25 people. Again, very difficult. Wakes, funerals, all fit under this criteria. They want people to limit their groups to 25 or fewer, and even then, keep social distances as best we could. We have a water department, water board meeting coming up that we have to have. We're going to ask to put them in the council chamber or the hearing room and make sure everyone sits at their own table. We do it via cable, and we don't have people there, but we want people to keep the 6-foot distance and respect the things we're trying to do. While these measures will impact everyday life, there are necessary decisions in order to prioritize the health of everyone in Fall River. And we do really, really need your help, and really, really work with us on this, and we'll get through it. We continue to respect that all our residents practice social distancing so that we can limit the spread. It is essential if we work together during these challenging and unprecedented times. I don't know if anyone has ever had to fight their way through what we're going through right now. I used to tell everybody at the end of February and early March, boy, I might get lucky in my first term as mayor and not have a snowstorm, but now I'm begging for one. This is much more serious and much more severe and much more life-threatening, and we need everyone's help. Take a deep breath, take a pause, and pitch in and make Fall River better. We encourage all residents to visit the City of Fall River website, which will be updated every day at 4 o'clock. We'll constantly be moving the information on there so that you know exactly what's going on and what's available to help you. We have a non-medical emergency number that we're going to give out in a few minutes. And for any health-related questions specifically to you, please contact your doctor. At this time, I would like to turn it over to some young lady that works here in the Government Center, Tess Curran. She's our Director of of public health. She's absolutely a warrior, and she's done a tremendous job through this. She keeps me informed. She makes the tough decisions, and the only reason she's making them is for what's best for the city of Fall River. Tess.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to reiterate the importance of social distancing. The mayor has made these tough decisions to protect the health of the community, and we really need all communities members to participate in practicing social distancing. That's going to be key to reducing the risk here in Fall River for the community spread of COVID-19. So, you know, these measures are tricky and they are going to impact your lifestyle, but the outcomes would be significant. Social distancing can save lives, and we all have to do our part to keep each other safe. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, thank you all very much.